hope you're all doing well. You're learning Japanese at Language Fluent with Pooja. So this video is going to be a continuation to the previous video in which I had introduced you to the world of radicals. Remember? Let me just start from the basics and give a brief about what was discussed in the previous class. So radicals are the building blocks of kanji. Every kanji is made up of two or more radicals or a combination of them. And so, in order to remember and learn kanjis, I had mentioned that if you are able to identify the radical part of it and the kanji part of it, then it becomes really easier to memorize the kanji and recall them, because the meaning of the radical has more often than not got to do something with the meaning of the kanji. So when I had mentioned the total number of kanjis that are used on a day-to-day basis in Japanese, these sum up to about 2000 kanjis, and you need to know a minimum of 1000 kanjis in order to read the newspaper in Japanese or a simple piece of text. So that really bogs you down, right? But you don't have to feel that way, you don't have to get demotivated, because if you know the radicals, and the number of radicals that you need to know here is really less when compared to the total number of kanjis that you have got to learn. So when I said that there are about 2000 kanjis that you have got to learn, let's just put this in perspective. I would say that if you know just 20 radicals, then these 20 radicals form part of 50% of the total number of kanjis which are used on a regular basis. And out of these 20 radicals, if you know just 6 radicals, then 25% of the 50% gets covered. So in the previous class, we had seen the 6 radicals which form part of 25% of the kanjis, and in this class, I will be taking up the remaining 14 radicals, which if you know, along with the other 6 radicals, you will be able to crack about 50% of the total number of kanjis which are used on a regular basis. So in case you had missed out in the previous video, you can just check the link given in the description box below. So let's proceed for the day. The first radical, this radical stands for word. And if you see these two examples, this radical forms part of these two kanjis, and the meaning of these two kanjis is in some way or the other associated with the meaning of the radical. So, if you see this kanji means to explain. And don't you think explain or an explanation has got something to do with a word? So that's how it is. And the next one, this stands for language. This kanji stands for language. Again, that's got something to do with a word. And as I had mentioned in the previous video, we are not going to go into the depths of the onyomi reading or the kunyomi reading of the kanji, because even if you forget what the onyomi reading or the kunyomi reading is, when you just look at the text and you see a kanji here, you can actually grasp the meaning of what is being conveyed by the author just by looking at the kanjis, because each kanji and each radical gives out a particular meaning. Okay, so that really makes it easy, because this advantage I don't think you have in other foreign languages, wherein without knowing how to read a word, you get to understand the meaning of the word. So that's something that's really unique to Japanese and maybe Chinese as well, because all the kanjis have been taken up from the Chinese language. So yeah, that's how it is. Now we will just move to the next radical, which is this. This symbol or this radical means day or sun. And if you look at these two examples, this kanji means hour or time. So this has again got to do with something with day or sun. The next one, this means bright. So you can see that the radical forms part of the left side of the kanji, and this has got something to do with sun, because the meaning is bright or light. The third radical is these two radicals. Actually, these form part of the third and fourth radical, which are most commonly used, but I've just put them together, clubbed them together, because they just mean thread. The first radical means thread and the second radical means short thread. So they are, in some way or the other related to thread. So I just clubbed them together. And the first kanji which uses this radical, if you can see, this forms part of the left side of the kanji, and this means to join or to connect. Don't you think it's in some way related to thread? Because you use a thread to join, connect. The next one, this means line. and you have this kanji again in the left side of it. When you say a railway line or something of the sort, then you use this kanji, and you can see that this has thread in it. So again, this is in some way or the other associated with thread, because the meaning is line. The next one is moon or flesh. Now you might think, okay, so day and sun are related to each other, and thread and short thread, okay, but what about moon and flesh? They are just miles apart. The meaning is nowhere near, moon nowhere means flesh. So how could this have been derived? If you see these kanjis or radicals, what we see today is not what was there originally many years back, thousands of years back. So it was like these kanjis and symbols have just evolved over the period, and it's become whatever we see today. So it's just a result of evolution that we see today. So this is not what was there initially. So that's the reason why this radical, which actually means moon, is said to have been derived from this radical, which means flesh or muzzle. So if you see this, over the years, you can see this outer box-like structure, and then you can see these two lines, whereas you see some intricate patterns in here. So they say that this radical is said to have derived from this radical, which means flesh, and so in today's parlance, we do use this radical in order to represent both moon and flesh. So let's look at a few instances. In the first kanji, you can see that this radical forms part of the right side of the kanji, and this means morning. So you can ask me, you don't have the moon in the morning, so why is it even used in morning kanji? But if you see this part, this small part of the kanji means early, so you can maybe think of it like early moon. So you can see the moon in the early hours of the morning, right? So you can associate it, you can associate it to something like that. So that's how this this radical forms part of this kanji, and this means morning. The next one, this radical forms part of the left side of the kanji, and this means brain. Now in this kanji, you can see that the radical is being used not in the meaning of moon, but rather in the context of flesh. So the context actually differs in these two kanjis, and I had taken these two examples just to show the variance, or to show how this radical is also being used in this sense, that is in the sense of flesh and not just in the context of moon. The next one is ground or earth, which is represented by this radical, and you can see this radical in the lower portion of this kanji, and this kanji means hall or public building. So again, that's got something to do with the ground, right? You have the building on the ground. So yeah, that's about it. And the next one, you can see this radical in the left side of this kanji, and this means lump or mass. So you can say mass or a piece of land or a lump of, it is somehow associated with this meaning with ground or earth, right? So whenever you see such radicals, you can't get the perfect idea of it, but it gives you a direction. It just paves the way. I wouldn't say that you see a radical and you just immediately know what it means or what the kanji means, but it definitely does pave a way, and it gives you the direction for thinking. Okay, so that's where you can use the radicals to help you in understanding a particular kanji. The next one, if you see this symbol, this means road or go. And if you look at the kanji, the first one, this kanji means route or way. So this actually is much more related and relevant, because this kanji means route and this radical means road or go. The next one, you can see that this radical forms part of the left side of the kanji, and this means evacuate or evade. Okay, so you escape or evacuate from a place, and there you use go. This radical has also got the meaning go, so you can very well associate it with this kanji, wherein it is used for evacuate or evade. The next one, you can see that symbol there. This means grass or plant. So here we use it in this context for vegetable or greens, and I hope you remember that in the previous lesson we had seen the radical that is used for tree, and I had also given the example of grow and desk or table wherein we use this radical for tree. And even here you can see that we have used the radical for tree because again the meaning, if you see, is somehow associated with it. You see the meaning as vegetable or greens, and through this one kanji we can actually learn two radicals. The upper part of it is grass or plant, and the lower part, if you see here, it is the tree. So this means vegetables or greens. The next one, this radical forms part of the top of the kanji, and this means grass or weeds. So let's stop here because we do have more radicals to cover, but we will be doing that in a separate video because this is something that's really important. It forms the basics of radicals and how we form kanjis, and I really don't want to rush through it. So see you in the next video. Until then, I hope you will now have a basic idea about how to recognize the radical part and the kanji part, and you will be able to grasp things better. So don't forget to click on the bell icon in your YouTube app to never miss out on our updates. We at Language Fluent also provide job-oriented and migration-oriented courses, and this may span up to a period of 2 years. To know more on that, you can click on the link given in the description box below or call the numbers given below. We also offer translation and interpretation services at Language Fluent. So see you in the next video with a continuation to what we have discussed in the current video. So until then, bye-bye. Jai Mata.